January 10th, 2023, 3:47 a.m., Soledar, Donetsk Oblast. Wagner assault wave advances. 300 convicts. Orders: capture salt mine complex. Azov Battalion defends. 200 fighters. Elite. Ideologically committed. Orders: hold position. No retreat. This is collision between two most brutal forces in war. Wagner. Prison recruits used as expendable assault infantry. Minimal training. Maximum aggression. Barrier troops prevent retreat. Advance or die by friendly fire. Azov. Ukrainian Nationalist Battalion. Best equipment Ukraine has. Best training. Fanatical determination. Will not surrender. Will not retreat. These forces fight differently than regular armies. No quarter given. No prisoners taken often. Just killing until one side breaks or dies. This is Soledar. This is where Wagner bleeds catastrophically. This is where Azov demonstrates why elite units matter. Neither side will break easily. Both will die trying. Outcome uncertain until final moments. The battle begins. Wagner wave advances toward salt mine positions. Azov opens fire. Machine guns. Anti-tank weapons. Artillery. Wagner casualties are immediate. Catastrophic. Men fall continuously. Others continue advancing. Because barrier troops behind. Because no choice except forward. Azov fires systematically. Each burst kills. Each shot counts. Discipline against mass. Professionalism against desperation. Wagner wave reaches positions. 40 men from 300. These 40 fight viciously. Close quarters. Buildings. Tunnels. Brutal, always hand-to-hand sometimes. Azov defenders kill them methodically. All 40 die. Wave 1 fails. Wagner doesn't stop. Wave 2 forms. Same orders. Same tactics. Same dying. Azov is ready. This pattern repeats. Multiple waves. Each costs Wagner hundreds. Each gains meters maybe. Azov holds. Casualties mounting but sustainable. Wagner bleeds catastrophically, but has unlimited replacements from Russian prisons. Can sustain casualties no normal military accepts. This is asymmetry. Elite competence versus expendable mass. Who wins? Depends on who breaks first. At 11:47 p.m. January 16th, 7 days after battle began, Wagner forces control most of Soledar. Azov has withdrawn. Preserved force. Professional extraction under fire. Wagner claims victory. Cost: approximately 1,500 casualties. 7 days. For small mining town. Azov casualties, perhaps 200. Exchange ratio, 7 or 8 to 1 favoring Azov. Wagner won position. Azov survived. Both claim success. Both partially right. Wagner captured ground at catastrophic cost. Azov killed disproportionately, then withdrew rationally. This is Soledar. This is what happens when elite forces fight mass assault tactics. Eventually, mass wins through attrition. But cost is catastrophic. Exchange ratio is devastating. Victory is Pyrrhic. Both sides bled. Wagner bled more. But Wagner had more blood to give. That's difference. That's why Wagner won position. That's why Azov survived. Both true simultaneously. This is MilitaryReport. And what happened at Soledar wasn't conventional battle. Was collision between two forces that fight beyond normal military limits. Wagner using convict assault waves as expendable ammunition. Azov defending with elite competence and fanatical determination, where exchange ratios were catastrophically unfavorable to attacker, where attacker won anyway through accepting casualties no rational military accepts, where defender killed disproportionately but couldn't kill fast enough to stop mass. The question isn't who won tactically. Wagner took ground. Question is what happens when elite forces meet expendable mass assault tactics. Whether professional competence can overcome unlimited willingness to die. and what Soledar reveals about warfare when both sides abandon conventional restraints about casualties and surrender. Official Wagner statements during Soledar, triumphant. Liberating town. Destroying Ukrainian nationalists. Videos showing captured positions. Dead Azov fighters. Equipment. Propaganda value enormous. No mention of Wagner casualties. No acknowledgement that 1,500+ convicts died taking small town. Just confident statements about inevitable victory. Reality was catastrophic bleeding. 500 casualties daily. For marginal gains. Statements were propaganda. Reality was industrial-scale dying. Ukrainian statements, defiant, then realistic. Azov holding, for days. Then tactical withdrawal, acknowledging Soledar lost. No pretense of victory, utilized just recognition that position became untenable. Azov withdrew. Preserved force. Killed disproportionately. This is professional assessment. Rare honesty. Lost ground. 1 exchange ratio. Both acknowledged. Both true. Stay with me. Because the detail that explains Soledar, why elite Azov couldn't stop Wagner mass, is going to show you that professional competence has limits against unlimited mass. Azov killed 7 or 8 Wagner for every loss. Devastating exchange ratio. Should guarantee victory. Doesn't. Because Wagner had near unlimited replacements. Russian prisons provided thousands of convicts. Wagner used them without restraint. Each wave, 200-300 men. Each wave, 80-90% casualties. Replacements arrived continuously. Azov couldn't kill fast enough to stop this. Professional competence can't overcome unlimited expendability when attacker accepts any casualty rate. This is dark arithmetic. Wagner proved it works. Cost everything eventually, but worked at Soledar. Azov fought brilliantly. Killed disproportionately. Eventually withdrew because couldn't sustain killing rate required to stop mass assault supported by unlimited replacements. This is why Wagner won. Not through skill. Through expendability. Let's establish what Soledar battle actually was. Why it mattered. How it ended. Soledar. Small mining town. Salt mines. Underground tunnels. Strategic value. Minimal. Symbolic value. High. Wagner needed victory. Prove worth to Russian command. Compete with regular military. Azov defending because ordered. Elite unit. Best Ukraine has. Ideologically committed. Will fight to death if necessary. Both forces are extreme. Wagner, expendable convicts. Barrier troops. No retreat. Azov, elite nationalists. Fanatic determination. No surrender. This collision was inevitable. Result was bloodbath. Wagner tactics. Convict waves. Multiple daily. Orders. Advance until succeed or die. Barrier troops ensure compliance. No tactical sophistication, just mass. Just aggression. Just dying until overwhelmed defenders through attrition. This worked elsewhere. Worked here. Expensively. Each wave lost 80% plus casualties. Replacements kept coming. Eventually arithmetic worked. Overwhelmed through mass despite catastrophic casualties. Azov defense. Professional. Prepared positions. Interlocking fires. Each Wagner wave was target practice. Azov couldn't miss. Targets advanced in mass. Predictable. Perfect for defensive fire. Azov killed systematically. Hundreds daily. Wasn't enough. Wagner had more convicts than Azov had ammunition to kill economically. Eventually, Azov recognized reality. Can't sustain. Must withdraw. Rational decision despite fanatical reputation. Preserved force. Lived to fight elsewhere. 7 days. Multiple waves daily. What both sides experienced. Day 1, January 10th. Wagner launches assault. 5 waves. 200 men total. Azov defends professionally. Kills 800 plus. Wagner gains outer positions. Cost catastrophic. Success marginal. Pattern established. This continues. Day 2, January 11. 6 waves. 2,400 men. Azov kills 1,000 plus. Wagner advances to town center. Fighting building by building. Brutal. Close quarters. Casualties extreme both sides. Wagner loses more. Advances anyway. Azov holds center. Barely. Day 3, January 12th. 7 waves. 1,500 men. Azov kills 1,100 plus. Wagner controls most surface. Fighting moves to tunnels. Underground. Claustrophobic. Vicious. No escape. No quarter. Azov fights ferociously. Wagner dies continuously. Advances anyway. Through bodies. Through determination. Through having unlimited replacements. Days 4-6. January 13th, 15. Pattern continues. Wagner assaults. Azov kills disproportionately. Wagner advances slowly. Azov is compressed. Casualties mounting. Ammunition depleting. Resupply difficult. Position becoming untenable. Command calculates. Can't sustain. Must withdraw. Or die here. Choice is clear. Preserve force. Fight elsewhere. Rational despite appearing like defeat. Day 7, January 16th. Azov withdraws. Under fire. Professional extraction. Most forces escape. Some stay behind. Cover withdrawal. Die covering. Wagner captures Soledar. Empty mostly. Azov gone. Victory claimed. Cost 1,500 plus casualties. 7 days. 1 small town. Exchange ratio. Catastrophic. Strategic value. Minimal. Political value. Enormous for Wagner. Prigozhin needed victory. Got victory. Cost didn't matter to him. Mattered to convicts who died. They had no choice. Now the analysis. What this means. Why it matters. Elite competence versus expendable mass. Azov represents elite competence. Professional. Trained. Equipped. Determined. Wagner represents expendable mass. Convicts. Minimal training. Barrier troops. Unlimited replacements. Collision between these approaches produces predictable result. Elite kills disproportionately. Mass advances through casualties. Eventually mass overwhelms if has unlimited replacements. Azov couldn't kill fast enough. Wagner had unlimited convicts. Math was inevitable. Elite competence has limits against truly unlimited expendability. Casualty acceptance as weapon. Normal militaries can't accept 80% casualties per assault wave. Democratic systems won't allow it. Authoritarian systems can when using prisoners. Wagner exploited this. Treated convicts as ammunition. Expended freely. Replaced continuously. This is capability no Western military has. No Western military wants. But is capability. Enables operations impossible otherwise. Soledar proves this works militarily. At cost that's morally catastrophic but tactically effective. Exchange ratio irrelevance. Azov achieved 7 or 8 to 1 exchange ratio. Devastating. Should guarantee victory. Didn't. Because Wagner had replacements. Azov didn't. Exchange ratio matters only when both sides have limited forces. Wagner had effectively unlimited convicts from Russian prisons. Azov had limited elite fighters. Can't replace. Disproportionate killing wasn't enough. Wagner could sustain losses Azov couldn't match with killing rate. This is why exchange ratio didn't determine outcome. Replacement capacity did. Tactical withdrawal as professionalism. Azov withdrew, often seen as defeat. Was rational. Position untenable. Casualties unsustainable. Ammunition depleting. Staying meant annihilation. Withdrawing preserved force. Azov fought elsewhere later. This is professional military judgment. Even fanatic force recognizes when position is lost. Withdraws rationally. Preserves capability. Continues fighting. This maturity is why Azov survived as unit. Wagner won Soledar. Azov survived to fight months more. Who won strategically? Debatable. Wagner's Pyrrhic victory. Captured Soledar. 1,500 casualties. Small town. No strategic value. Just symbol. Prigozhin needed victory prove Wagner worth. Got victory. Cost was catastrophic. This pattern repeated. Eventually destroyed Wagner. Soledar was symptom. Pyrrhic victories consuming organization. 2 months later, Wagner mutiny. 3 months later, Prigozhin dead. Wagner absorbed into military. Organization destroyed. Soledar victory contributed to this. Proved Wagner could win. Also proved Wagner couldn't sustain. Victories cost more than organization could survive long term. 3 questions from the beginning. Time to answer them. What happens when elite forces meet expendable mass tactics? Elite forces kill disproportionately. Mass forces advance through casualties. If mass has unlimited replacements, eventually overwhelms elite. Soledar proved this. Azov killed 7 or 8 Wagner per loss. Wagner still won. Because had unlimited convicts. Azov couldn't replace losses. Elite competence beats mass in equal fight. Against unlimited mass willing to die, elite competence delays but doesn't prevent. Soledar is proof. Grim proof. True proof. Can professional competence overcome unlimited willingness to die? Not when attacker has unlimited replacements. Azov was professionally competent. Fought brilliantly. Killed massively. Couldn't kill fast enough to stop Wagner assault waves supported by continuous replacements from Russian prisons. Professional competence multiplies effectiveness. Doesn't create unlimited killing capacity. Wagner's willingness to die plus unlimited replacements overcame Azov's professional competence. Cost was catastrophic, but overcame. Soledar proves this sadly. What does abandoning conventional restraints reveal? Both sides abandoned normal military restraints. Wagner used convicts as expendable ammunition. Azov fought with fanatic determination. Neither took prisoners readily. Neither gave quarter consistently. This produced extraordinarily bloody battle. Casualties extreme both sides. Particularly Wagner. Normal military restraints exist partly for self-preservation. Abandoning them enables more aggressive tactics, at catastrophic costs. Soledar proves this. Both sides abandoned restraints. Both sides bled terribly. Wagner bled more. Won position anyway. Because could sustain casualties Azov couldn't match with killing. The lesson from Soledar is that military competence has limits when opponent accepts unlimited casualties and has unlimited replacements. Azov represents professional elite forces. Fought brilliantly. Achieved devastating exchange ratios. Lost position because Wagner had unlimited convicts and accepted any casualty rate. This is dark lesson. Professional militaries optimize effectiveness per casualty. Wagner optimized casualties per objective. Different calculus. Both work within their systems. Soledar proved Wagner's approach works tactically, at costs that destroyed organizations strategically. Azov withdrew, survived, fought elsewhere. Wagner won, eventually died from accumulated costs. Both stories are true. Both lessons matter. This is Military Report. We analyze battles that define wars. Soledar defined Wagner's approach and limitations. Could win through mass and expendability. Each victory cost catastrophically. Accumulated costs destroyed organization. Azov defined elite forces' limits. Could kill disproportionately. Couldn't kill fast enough when enemy had unlimited replacements. Both lessons are important. Elite forces matter, but have limits against truly unlimited expendability. Wagner-style mass assault works, but costs are unsustainable long-term. Soledar proved both. 7 days. 1,500 Wagner casualties. 200 Azov casualties. Wagner won position. Azov survived. Both claimed success. Both paid price. Different prices. Different successes. Both true. Subscribe to Military Report. Because in modern warfare, understanding why battles happen matters as much as understanding who wins. Soledar wasn't about military necessity, was about Wagner proving worth. Azov defending because ordered. Both sides bled for minimal strategic gain. Wagner won tactically, lost strategically through accumulated costs. Azov lost tactically, won strategically by surviving. This complexity is warfare reality. Soledar exemplifies it. Elite versus mass. Competence versus expendability. Professional versus desperate. All collided. Result was bloodbath. Wagner won position, destroyed itself through accumulated victories. Azov withdrew, survived, fought elsewhere. Who won Soledar? Wagner took ground. Who won war? Wagner is gone. Azov still fights. This is complexity military analysis requires. Tactical versus strategic. Short-term versus long-term. Soledar teaches both matter. Wagner forgot this. Azov remembered. Results speak clearly. 7 days. 2 brutal forces. 500 plus Wagner casualties. 200 Azov casualties. 1 small town. Wagner victory. Azov survival. Both claim success. Both bled. Different amounts. Different reasons. This is Soledar. This is warfare when both sides abandon conventional restraints. Elite competence versus expendable mass. Professional training versus unlimited replacements. Fanatical determination versus desperate aggression. All collided. Result was predictable and tragic. Mass overwhelmed elite. Cost was catastrophic. Victory was Pyrrhic. Survival was professional. Both sides fought beyond normal limits. Both sides paid prices. Wagner paid more. Won position. Lost organization eventually. Azov paid less. Lost position. Survived organization. Strategic victory unclear. Tactical outcomes clear. Position changed hands. Both forces bled. War continued. Soledar became symbol of Wagner's brutal effectiveness, of Wagner's eventual destruction, of Azov's professional competence, of warfare's complexity. All simultaneously true. That's Soledar. That's lesson. That's reality. Real battles. Real tactics. Real consequences. Stay informed.